The Walking Dead Season 2. A pretty good sequel overall, even if it's one that didn't quite meet the same standards of its predecessor due to a few very big writing problems, but I would say overall this game is a very strong sequel despite those problems. And these problems are of course quite subjective depending on the way you feel about the characters in question or the ideas in question. A lot of the problems I would like to argue this game has come from a lack of character development or a lack of thought with characters and the way they act, and just a couple other things that kind of bug me. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a dive into The Walking Dead Season 2. Oh, look at this cute doggy. I like what they're doing here because it feels very similar to the relationship between Dr. Neville and Sam in I Am Legend, and I think that's really cute. I'm excited to see how this grows throughout the story, how Clem warms up to the dog, how the dog... Never mind, never fucking mind, never mind. Well, that didn't last very long.
And he says he's disappointed in me. And that he just loves me and wants me to be safe. That's it? Nothing else?
Wow, this character seems so sweet and innocent. I really hope the game treats her well and doesn't make her go through a living hell 3 times. Well, that's not very fucking nice, is it? Yeah, I know this isn't like an objective writing fault, but this just kind of pisses me off a bit because... like, it just feels like the writers hated her. Like, for Christ's sake, there is literally 2 entire instances in the exact same episode where this girl can die. What did she do to deserve this? Like, yeah, I get it, this is not a happy game franchise, in fact it's quite the fucking opposite, but of all the characters to put through this much suffering, they choose the girl who has not had a day of non-suffering in her life. Like, I mean, the game makes it very clear that she has no friends, she's very alone, she doesn't really know how to talk to people very well, and then they do this to her when they have many other characters that can put through the same suffering, or just spread it. Another thing this game does that kind of pisses me off a little bit is killing off characters way too early before they have any chance to become interesting. Like, yeah, I get it, evil bad guy kills people for like no reason to get his way, woohoo, but it just felt kind of pointless.
Holy shit.
Clementine?
Okay, I don't have a single complaint about this. Kenny coming back is great not only because he's a great lovable character, but also because he's funny as fuck.
Seems to be misreading as capitulation. I don't know what the fuck you're saying, but I know it's bullshit. We have to do something.
Kenny,
Okay, let's do this.
they have guns. What exactly do you expect to do?
I'm gonna punch the first son of a bitch I see. Then I'm gonna take his gun and use it to shoot the next son of a bitch I see. Shut up, bullshit.
Who's the weirdo?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's my girlfriend. And listen, yeah, I get it, Kenny is kind of a dick at times in this game, but he lost his wife, his kid, and then later his new girlfriend. Like, leave him alone. Hey guys, is it just me, or is Carver kind of a dick?
That wasn't his problem. He was weak of will and weak of character. And we can't have that around here. Not anymore.
Call me mentally insane, but despite being a horrible bastard, Carver does kind of have a point in some of the shit he says. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, I hate him, I cheered when he died, but when you're in the apocalypse, and especially when you're under the pressure that he is leading this group, you can kind of understand where he's coming from with some of the stuff he says, just because of the way the world's changed and the way that change has changed him. But yeah, he's still a cunt. But as far as being an antagonist goes, he's pretty well written, so fair enough. Good job.
Then just drop into one of the skylights over the stock room. There are shelves and stuff for you to land on, so...
Sorry, what did you say? I got lost in your eyes.
Oh, stop it!
Cannot fucking wait for this fucker to die. Oh my god. Get in! Let's fucking go. Woo, 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 woo.
How much help is Kenny gonna be? What he's going through? He's more of a liability than anything. And Rebecca's situation is not making things better back there.
This is a pretty reasonable mindset to have as a hardened survivor in an apocalypse. I really hope they don't ruin this later on by making her do some stupid shit. That'd really suck.
A nail file? Versatility is not overrated.
I agree, Queen.
You know?
Do I know what? Why did the game fucking freeze? You know, this guy kind of looks like me, and that pisses me off a little bit.
A long time. I almost forgot what. Clementine!
Luke, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
That'll work. We bust that, the whole thing comes down.
Maybe I'm the fucking idiot, but how did they know the entire deck wouldn't fall down and they'd all go down and get killed by walkers?
Watch it! Son of a bitch!
I feel like this was just an overlooked writing choice, because how on earth could they have possibly known that there was a sliver left to stand on after that?
I gotta go.
This departure was really random and funny as fuck, to be honest, because she comes back like half an hour of game time later.
Whoa! What are you doing?
I'm doing the same thing this asshole tried to do to us.
He wasn't the one shooting at us. That guy's dead.
Just because he don't have a gun doesn't mean he wouldn't have.
Well, he didn't, so leave him alone.
Hey look, my media literacy might be terrible, but Kenny had all the reason in the world to be angry at this guy. Like, for crying out loud, yeah, Kenny's losing his edge, but this was a trap set up by him. He was working with them. Or at least that's what it looked like, unless my media literacy fucking sucks, which is a very good possibility.
Clementine, stop!
Nothing more you can do.
Is this game taking the piss? Seriously? Besides Clementine, obviously, alongside Kenny and maybe debatably Jane, Luke was the most important supporting character in this story. So why the fuck did they kill him like that? I genuinely didn't even have an emotional reaction to this, because it just happened in the stupidest way imaginable that I couldn't take it seriously. Like, what made them think that was a good idea? Honestly, out of everything that this game does wrong, this is my least favourite thing, because it was just fucking stupid. Why did they think that was a good idea? I don't understand.
It's fine. Just...
No!
Scrawny little wanker.
Clementine.
Fuck this fucking game, man.
Lee?
The fucking voice,
Just a
man.
bad
Fuck
dream,
this game.
Sophie.
Your turn.
Grow up.
Go to hell.
I'll pull this fucking car over.
Go ahead.
Why are we witnessing a gay man and a lesbian arguing?
I couldn't...
This is the fucking worst case of character assassination I've ever seen. So let me try and understand Jane's thought process here. So she thinks Kenny's a piece of shit, so in order to prove that he's a piece of shit and make Clementine realise that so that Clementine goes with her instead, she pretends that she killed a baby. Yeah, because that makes sense, doesn't it? Was this supposed to be a hard decision? Because, you know, based on what we thought we knew about Jane at this time, the option's pretty clear, to me anyway. But yeah, this was my other big complaint about the writing in this game. Because Jane was actually a pretty... No, actually, she was a really well-written character, for the most part, until they just did this out of nowhere. It doesn't feel very in-character, it feels very random, and honestly a bit insane. Why did she think that was a good idea? I don't understand the thought process behind this. I also don't know why the game presented this decision in such a way where people were going to choose Jane over Kenny. Maybe it's just me. Because, like, obviously they were trying to make you dislike Kenny over the course of the story, which, for me personally, it didn't work. But maybe it did for some people. Maybe it's just me, but whatever. Anyway, lads, that is pretty much the extent of what I have to say about The Walking Dead Season 2. Overall, I liked this game a lot. I know it seems like there was a lot of complaints in this video, but that was kind of the point. This was a bit of a critique, even if it was less serious than, you know, an actual normal critic would be. I think this game is pretty good. I think it's a downgrade from the first one for sure. Do I think it's a giant downgrade? No, even if the lows are significantly lower than the first games. Although the highs are just as high, if not even higher, to be honest. Because Season 1 was a bit uneventful at times, whereas Season 2 there was a lot of whoa, you know what I mean? But yeah, that sums up my thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like and commenting, all that jazz. I will probably be making videos, actually no, I will definitely be making videos on A New Frontier and the final season when I get round to them, so please stick around for those in the future. Anyway, I have been Sam, and I'll see you in the next one.
I just made a